Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Red Devils. And some breaking news. Ruben Amorim has officially addressed the media, the first part of the press conference, ahead of the trip to Spurs. And whilst it's a trip to Spurs, the entire press conference centered, or the first 5 minutes anyway that we've seen, has centered around Marcus Rashford. And for obvious reasons, given the fact that the Manchester United forward came out yesterday, or an interview came out yesterday, with comments from the forward to say that he is ready to for a new challenge and suggesting he is ready to leave the club and find something new. So Ruben Amorim's obviously been asked about this situation, and he wants him to stay, is what he has basically had to say. And I suppose, it's an interesting situation, and it's exactly what he doesn't want in terms of a player coming out and saying that, oh, listen, it's time for me to leave, and creating external noise where right now you want to be focused on the game tomorrow. You want to be focused on the situation right now. And you don't want to be sitting there having to worry about a Marcus Rashford and players leaving and the likes of that. So the big thing at the moment for Ruben Amorim is tomorrow's match. And how can he be ready for it? How can he get his team ready? And is his team ready for tomorrow's game? Because that is the big thing. At the moment, Ruben Amorim, if he's going to be completely frank, is not worried about Marcus Rashford leaving right now. He's worried about winning that semi-final tomorrow, a quarter-final tomorrow, because he needs to win a trophy. And this Carabao Cup offers a big opportunity early on to try and get a trophy. But in terms of what he had to say, let's look at it, shall we? So this is exactly what he had to say in the press conference a little bit earlier. I'll make it a bit bigger so you guys can read it there. But he said, "We are better with Marcus Rashford. That is simple. And we will try different things to push Marcus to the best levels he showed in the past. This kind of club needs big talent, and he's a big talent. So he just needs to perform at the highest level. I just want to help Marcus." And look, he's right in terms of this club needing players like a Rashford, but not the current Rashford. This player needs Rashford in what we saw a few seasons ago. That's the Rashford we need to see. And at the moment, he's not going to get players in January. And I think that it's very unlikely going to move Marcus Rashford on in January. So for now, he basically needs to sit there and say to Rashford, listen, if you want to go, that's fine, whatever. We will, and we won't get in your way. Why would they? You're talking about a player on over £300,000 worth of wages. A player who's more marketable than most of your squad to try and get some transfer money in. And a player that at the moment you just don't think really sort of suits your system. So, he is a player that we probably do want to move on. But you got to sit there and say, listen, as Rashford, you want to go to a top club. You want to go to a Madrid, a Barcelona, a Bayern Munich, a PSG, a Milan, for example, a Juventus. You want to go to these type of clubs. Right now, they won't take you. How do we, for the next 6 months, get you into the best form of your life, go and score all the goals? So at the end of the season, we can sit down and say, right, is your future here? Have you changed your mind? Are you going to stay, for example? Or are you going to make that move? Is that the final call? Sorry, there's new quotes coming in. That's why this keeps changing. So the interesting thing is that, Marcus actually needs a new challenge. And he said as follows. He said, I think it's right. We are here in a new challenge. We have here a new challenge. It's a tough one. For me, it's the biggest challenge in football because we are in a difficult situation. And I already said this is one of the biggest clubs in the world. This is a really new challenge and the biggest one. I really hope all my players are up for this new challenge. That is definitely not what Marcus Rashford meant. Is anybody out there, Rashford fans who really wanted to stay? Unfortunately, I don't think he sat there saying, I'm ready for a new challenge, being, this United team trying to get back to winning is a new challenge, because it's been the same challenge for him for a while to win trophies with United, to become a Premier League winning team with United. So that's not, Ruben Amorim is trying to spin that, and fair enough, but that's not what Marcus Rashford meant. The big question is, are we going to see him or Garnacho on Thursday? And he said as follows. He said, we have one more training, but it's the same situation of all the other players. If they train well, then I'll have to make a choice. We will see at the end of training. So basically the call we made at the end of the day. And we wait to see if there may be any leaks and the likes. He then asked, has he spoken to Marcus Rashford? And he said, no, not yet. I gave the day off to the lad. So he's our player and he's ready for the next game. I spoke with a lot of players individually and during training. What I want is to take the best stuff of Marcus Rashford as the player, so I don't talk about the future. I just talk about the present. And I think that's, I'm sure there would have been conversations, for example. The main thing is that he can be available for Spurs. Whether he will be and whether he'll be included, only time will tell, really, because he has to make the call for tomorrow. My gut says that he. Actually, I don't know. Originally, I was going to say I don't think he will be, but maybe he might be included. And it'll be good to see, because the main thing is, what Ruben Amorim has had to say is that if they're included, it's because they've trained well, they've gotten themselves back into the mix. So signs that they've reacted well to the dropping with them being included tomorrow. They're not included tomorrow, then obviously they're not reacted very well. And that becomes really probably problematic given the fact that they're two of my most important players. So that's basically what he had to say. The rest of the press conference will be coming out tonight, so we'll wait and see exactly what will happen then. But until then, please do smash the like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.